So it seems to me that I might have been wrong about Phoebe. And the reason why I say that is because I originally thought that Phoebe was going to be more so an off-field DPS. Well, it turns out her kit is saying otherwise. But we're here to talk about if you should summon for Phoebe on Wuthering Waves. Now, of course, if you like the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell to be notified of when the next Wuthering Waves video comes out. And let me know what you think about everything going on with Wuthering Waves. So today, we're going to talk about the Phoebe banner on if you should summon for it or not. We're going to go over some stuff that I do know about Phoebe's kit and also the 4 stars. So we're going to start out with the 4 stars. And honestly, this is probably a terrible set to run with Phoebe in contrast. And here's why. So first we have Aalto. Aalto is not good. Aalto, and I agree a lot of the times with the tier list. Shout out to Pridewin. I do use them a lot when kind of gauging how I feel about characters and stuff. And if it's just me. But Aalto is the worst damage dealer. And this is with TOA, right? Of course, we're getting some new endgames, so things might change. But in TOA right now, Aalto is the worst damage dealer. 4-star, that is, as well as just in general, outside of Chishia, which we'll get to her in a minute as well. But Aalto is one of those characters where it's like you summon a gate, you could shoot through the gate, or you could run through the gate to go fast, to get away from certain aspects. Overall, Aalto is just one of those characters that I never suggest anybody to go for. If you are a Husbando fan, then it would make sense for you to go for Aalto and going for those not constellations, but what do they call them? The resonance chains. Yeah, if you go for the resonance chains, then that's on you. But if you're going for it for strictly Husbando, more power to you. If you're going for it for the abilities, there is nothing to be desired when it comes to Aalto. That's just my personal opinion. So, Aalto gets a thumbs down. Moving on to the second worst 4-star damage dealer, Chishia. Which is funny because Chishia is tied with Ling Yang and Calcharo. Dude, the downfall of Calcharo has to be studied. Like, it has to be studied. Maybe that's a video. Maybe that's a video for me later on. Is the downfall of Calcharo as a DPS character. Because, my god, Calcharo went from the most desirable at the start of the game, outside of Gion, because Gion released with him, to now on the same token at playing field as Ling Yang. That's insane to me. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Chishia. Chishia is one of those DPS characters that I think it's like Billy from ZZZ. You're relying so much on just shooting your gun. And that's it. Like, and it's not like in the sense of like Carlotta where it's going to do a lot of damage. It does damage like over time at a very slow pace. So her ability to damage in general is just very slow. I think that if they sped her up in damage, like, I think that she would be probably placed a little bit higher. I would say maybe she would go from here to maybe tied with Rover a little bit. Maybe, probably 1.5. Probably 1.5, to be honest. But outside of that, like, Chishia is just mid. Like, not really good. So, the fact that she's also a character that you get for free kind of just makes it so, like, you don't really need to worry about getting her. So, it's another thumbs down from me. Lumi is the one 4-star character I don't have a lot of time invested with her. And outside of the fact that she's cute and she got a nice butt, that's really it. Like, her accent's cool too. Like, I love her accent. But, like, when I played with her during the story, when she was first introduced, like, I found her kit, like, I guess a little fun, but it wasn't really anything to write home about. It's not like you were doing a lot of damage or anything like that. You were just kind of running around. And so it made sense when I looked at Pridewin and saw that she was at tier 3, because it was like, yeah, like, it did really feel really weird to play as her. Like, it was fun, but also it took a long time for you to actually do what you want to do. So for me, I feel as though that Lumi is not that great. How did they build her? I want to look at this build really quick. Moonlit Clouds. Okay. So she's more of like, what do they have her as? Like support or hybrid support and all that? Okay. I mean, yeah. But for me, I will be happy because I'm going to be summoning for Phoebe myself. So to have Lumi on here where I don't have any Lumi would be perfect, because I did not summon for any part of Lumi, right? So overall, Lumi is kind of a mid factor for me. If you want some fun, like, I would say that her kit is kind of fun, but like when it comes to actual like damage, you're not really doing anything. So that's it. That's it for there. On to Phoebe. Now, I'm conflicted with Phoebe because Phoebe seems to be really, really good. She's going to have a lot of things in her kit that are very technical. Like, if she has 0 prayer and 0 gospel, she enters a certain state. If she has all prayer but no gospel, she enters a certain state. If she has no prayer but all gospel, she enters a different state. Like, there's so many things going on with Phoebe's kit, and finding out that she's not an off-field DPS, she is on-field. So she is not going to work in that fight alongside Jinsei. She's fighting against Jinsei to be the best Spectro like character. And from what her kit seems to be producing, it's going to be a good fight. Like, Jinsei is still up there in the tier 0. Is Phoebe going to be the character that bumps her down on Pride Win from tier 0 to tier 0.5? It's tough. It's tough because I haven't playtested her, so I don't know. But from what Phoebe's kit looks like in general, and you can't see it on Pride Win, I had to go to other sites because technically it's not released yet. To me, Phoebe seems like she could be a monster. But I don't know. To me, like, I still feel that Jinsei is too good right now to like just push aside. So maybe this is against my better judgment, but I think that this banner is 100% skippable. You got 3 4-stars with Alto, Chisha, and Lumi that are absolutely skippable. You have Phoebe, whose kit is going to be, it looks really, really good, and she's probably going to be on the tier list at a high roll, but I don't know if she's going to be the one that, like, completely just outshines Jinsei, right? But she might be up there. But if you already have Jinsei, then it would make sense for you not to summon for Phoebe. But if you don't have Jinsei and you need a good Spectro DPS, it would make a lot of sense for you to summon for Phoebe because she is going to be really good. I have full, I guess, thought process. I don't know how to say it. Like, I have, like, this whole brain thing going on where I'm like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, her kit just seems really complicated, but the payoff will be really good, right? Especially with her, like, mirror skill that she's going to have. I think that she's going to be a really, really good damage dealer. So if you do not have Jinsei, it makes sense to summon for her. If you have Jinsei, don't summon. If you don't have Jinsei, then summon. But also, I'm going to be the person that's always going to tell you, be responsible with your summons. Be responsible with your money. Don't put yourself out on the streets for a character, right? Let me do that. That's why I do it, so that you guys don't have to. But your free-to-play summons, use those, for sure. But, yeah, that's going to be it, y'all. Love you to death. And as always, we'll catch you in that next video. Please take care and be safe.